Assalamualaikum and good morning, and now we are back again in IT Hour. Okay, as usual in the Konti iRadio today, we have Encik Mohamed Dhiauddin bin Muhammad Suffian, a lecturer from Faculty of Information Technology and Multimedia Communications. Assalamualaikum, Encik Dhiauddin. How are you doing today?
Fine.
With a new hairstyle.
Just came back from Bukit Tinggi last week, so I got my new hairstyle.
Okay, today we are going to talk about mobile application. Okay, as ice breaking. Okay, can you share with us what is mobile application?
Okay. As common people usually say it, mobile application or mobile apps is the we can refer it as the application software that runs on your mobile devices, whether it's smartphones, your tablets, and usually in the current context connected to the internet. So when we talk about mobile apps, usually it does these two things: help users to access the common application which usually accessed through desktop or typical web application. And the second one is it allows us to make it easier to use internet on a portable device like smartphones or tablets. So mobile apps can be from a simple like your native apps like SMS, your phone books, to the complex ones like GPS application, Facebook application. So when I say from simple to complex kind of mobile apps, it can be in term of size, it can be in term of codes, and also it can be in term of the usability or the user friendliness of that mobile apps. Because what differentiate or what makes mobile apps unique is because it portrays certain elements like it can interact with the sensor inside your phones. Maybe sometimes it's more secure, and it can be ported into various kind of hardware and platforms. So that's a bit on mobile apps.
Okay, as you mentioned, there are native application. Can you share with us, is there how many type of mobile application available?
Before we go into native or web apps to categorize the mobile apps, you need to understand that based on the report from Mobile Marketing Association in 2008, focusing on mobile apps, we need to understand that when we talk about mobile apps, it's all about these three aspects. First is about native platforms and OS like Android, Windows Phone, Symbian. Second one is about mobile web browser runtimes such as WebKit or Opera, and third one is other platforms like Java, Flash, and Silverlight. So to narrow it to types of application that usually we can see in the mobile apps, usually we will have communications kind of apps like our email clients, maybe our instant messaging clients. That one is for under communication. Second will be on, of course, games like one of the most popular now is Angry Birds. That's games apps, games mobile apps. Next, we will have multimedia like our video players, audio players, or streaming players inside our mobile. And we also have productivity mobile apps like our calendar, our notepad, or maybe spreadsheets. Other than that, we also have travel kind of apps like our GPS, our currency converter, for example. And also we have, of course, utility software to manage our application running inside our mobile devices, such as our task manager, maybe our call manager. So that's
calculator.
So that's I would say from the high level perspective, the categories or type of mobile app that we can commonly see in our today's mobile application.
Okay, Cik Dhiauddin, we will take a small break and we will discuss more about topic today, mobile applications. So stay around on iRadio OUM. That was Datuk Siti with the Taman Teman on iRadio OUM, roaming across your mind. Okay, you are still listening to our IT hour with our topic today, mobile application. Okay, Cik Dhiauddin, let's continue with our topic today on mobile application. Okay, when we discuss about mobile application, okay, we cannot run away from talking about native and web application as you mentioned earlier. Okay, what does it mean by native application and web application?
Okay.
In mobile, we talk in mobile application term.
Okay. First, I will talk about what is native app. So basically, of course, it is built for smartphones or tablets or other mobile devices, which are specifically to be installed for that particular mobile platform. So it's specifically designed to run on the particular device operating system or OS, and that machine's firmware. Meaning it's when we buy the mobile devices, we have that app stored already. So native app can be built with either for specific to that device, like application that are developed using proprietary or specific language like Objective-C for iPhone, Android SDK, BlackBerry SDK, etc. Another one, there is also native app that can be deployed multi-platform. Meaning, if you can deploy it on iPhone, you can or iOS, you can deploy it on Android-based phone. So they have that. They have so-called what we call it as a framework, so that it can be ported on different platforms but same apps. So if I can put it into equation, like a mathematical equation, native apps equals to hardware plus operating system plus OS version plus the API level. So that's native application. As I mentioned earlier, you can see when you buy your phone, you already have your SMS apps inside there. You have your phone book. It's already native app. So as opposed to that, when we talk about web app for mobile application, it's also designed for smartphone or mobile devices, but it's accessible through web browser like Safari or Opera Mini. And each time when we want to access this application, we have to connect to the internet, so that the content can be downloaded to the mobile. So since it accessible through the web, so no need for us to have the apps pre-installed inside our mobile devices. So same thing like native app. If I want to put it in the mathematical equation, web app equals to hardware plus operating system plus OS version plus the browser version plus the web API level. So that sum up the difference between native app and web app. So if I can give example, like your Facebook, you can access, you can have a Facebook for Android, Facebook for iPhone installed inside your phones. But also you can access through the web version or mobile web version. Just type maybe m.facebook or mobile.facebook.com. You can have a mobile version of Facebook online. So that's the difference.
Okay, maybe after this you can continue talk on the technical difference between a native and mobile application. Okay, we will continue more after this. Here for you, Sudirman merisik khabar. Stay tuned to iRadio OUM. It's iRadio OUM roaming across your mind. Thank you so much for still listening to IT Hour with our topic today on mobile application. Okay, Cik Dhiauddin, can you share with us what is the technical difference between native apps and mobile apps?
Okay. Web app.
Web apps. Sorry.
Okay, as I mentioned previously, the fundamental difference is native app is installed directly on the mobile device, while for web apps for mobile is accessible through a web server and downloaded to our mobile devices. That's a very fundamental difference. But other than that, we can see from various aspects to categorize or to see the difference between native and web app for mobile. So maybe I can share on installation or updates of the mobile apps. If we see for native, we need to download if there's update for that particular apps. But for web app, it's just we access the URL and click refresh, or so that you can get the latest version for that web app. For user interface aspect, I would say native app are more responsive and the functionality would be much more rich compared to maybe web apps, because sometimes when we talk about web app for mobile, sometimes the JavaScript cannot handle for certain models of phones or certain model of tablets, so we can see some difficulties there. In terms of device compatibility, we can say that of course native app are really dependent on the platform, on the hardware used to make it operate. But for web app, I believe there's not so much difficulty, since you can access through any device as long as you are connected to internet and using a browser. And for others like maybe for graphics and animation, I would say native app are more fast and are faster and responsive. But compared to web apps, they are getting closer to the way native app is doing, but maybe there's some lag there. And others maybe on the maybe streaming the media, sometimes we face problems for native apps. But for web apps, if they use it, they use Flash to deliver the content, the media, I would say you can see better quality on web apps. Depends. So that's some of the technical difference
between a native and web application. Okay, Encik Dhiauddin, maybe we will continue more about our topic today on mobile application after we take a small break. So stay tuned to iRadio OUM. iRadio OUM, roaming across your mind. Thank you so much for still tuning to IT Hour with our topic today on mobile application. Okay, stay with me in iRadio Conti today is Encik Muhammad Dhiauddin bin Muhammad Suffian, a lecturer from Faculty of Information Technology and Multimedia Communication. Okay, Encik Dhiauddin. Okay, in your point of view, what comes first for mobile phone? The native or web application?
What do you think? Is it native or web?
Okay, in my point of view, I think native, because it's already installed in the phone.
Yep.
And I don't have to go. For example, if I'm using Nokia, I don't have to go to OV and install it again.
Correct. So of course the definite answer when you ask whether it's native or web, if always native, because you don't want to buy a phone just I would say an empty phone, just an OS without anything inside. So of course you need native app, as simple as our SMS, our picture gallery. So that makes native app makes mobile device alive. If not, you just buy a empty phone, just a hardware. So as I said, address book, SMS application, pre-install picture gallery, example of a native app. So it's already pre-installed, built together with your phone when you buy it. I believe you remember one of the popular game somewhere in early 2000.
Snake.
Yeah, Snake. Snake. So I think that's the most best example to show that native app is important to a mobile device. So we can see how that particular games become a massive hit to the world.
If I'm not mistaken, it was 1990s, early 1990s.
Late 90s, 1998, 99, 2000 something. So I still remember I have a phone 3210. You can play Snake. then they are 310, you still can play Snake, but improved version. You buy another Nokia phone, still got Snake, but another improved version. So it's a native app. You don't need to download to get that app.
games.
So that's the best example how native apps really play an important role and very significant when we talk about mobile phone.
Okay. The next question is, what do native apps do better than web apps?
Basically, we talk about what advantages that native apps have compared to web apps. So of course, first I will talk about the performance. So when we click or when we touch the native apps, the screen load instantly. If let's say that apps rely on internet data, we can still see the apps load first, and in the background it's getting the data from the server. So the performance, users don't have to wait for the user interface to load, and also so anything that deals with the interaction with OS, it can handle consistently in any condition, as compared to web apps. If something happen to the server or something wrong with your browser, your mobile browser, so it takes some time to load, or you need to close and open back your browser. So that's in terms of performance. Second one, in terms of access to the device features, as simple as when you want to use what we call as address book, no need to download new apps. Use whatever being provided inside your phones and do it. Music library, of course, you just access, you open it, access your gallery, your MP3 or picture. And as compared to web apps, sometimes web app facing the difficulties due to network latency, and
sometimes it's hang.
Hang, and you need to close to the browser, or worst case you have to restart your phone. That's in terms of accessing the device feature. And of course, if you're aware about the multi-touch, right? If you move your phone to another angle, it will give you quick response. That's the advantage of having that native apps. So third point will be on animation. So I think native apps is good at handling the animation features, graphics, since it directly deals with the device. The memories directly deal with that. And also in terms of alert, I would say native application can handle alerts more efficient rather than web app, because sometimes certain web apps you cannot access the device and utilize the alert feature. So I think that's some of the common advantages of a native as compared to web apps.
Okay, we will take a small break, and after this we will continue more about mobile applications. So stay tuned to iRadio OUM, and here for you Alexa, jangan kau lepas. It's IT Hour on iRadio OUM, roaming across your mind. Mobile application, that is our topic today in this hour. Okay, Encik Dhiauddin, let's continue with our topic today on mobile application. Okay, since in our previous session, we have been discuss on software engineering. Okay, in your point of view, how does software engineering address the development of mobile application?
Due to the needs of ensuring the quality of mobile application, so the software engineering committee also think that we can apply software engineering into the development of mobile application. So that's why they come up with the term called mobile software engineering. So it's really an adaptive process to create a software specific to the user that is always mobile, and also to address the characteristic of mobile needs to develop a software for that. So if you remember, we discussed before, commonly we have to go through requirement phase, design, code, testing and deployment as part of a software engineering process. So for mobile development, it has been tailored into 3 blocks. First is feasibility and economic efficiency analysis. third is software product. Second is software product realization, and the third block is distribution. So under the first block, we have initial requirement, design, drafting, prototyping, and first level of user acceptance test. Then we move to that second block, software product realization, where we have refining of that initial requirement before, and doing the detailed design, create the test cases, doing the actual testing, programming, and also second level of user acceptance test. After it has been refined and meets, it has confirmed that it has meet user requirements, then we go to the third blocks. We call it distribution block, where we start to do the marketing of that mobile apps using social networks or app stores like iPhone or Android market, and maybe we do some product maintaining, so that we give the latest version to the user on the particular apps. So that's how software engineering has been tailored to the development of mobile. We without jeopardizing the principle of software engineering, because mobile app need to be developed fast and need to be delivered fast. So that's how we tailor it.
Okay, has we seen trend nowadays? Okay, most of the giant company, okay, are now going into mobile application to reach their target audience. Okay, in your point of view, why they do so?
Okay, first I believe business think that if they want to stay in the market, they have to adapt to the latest technology. So we have Android, we have iPhone, and we have BlackBerry. So it can serve as a marketing tool for them. That's why they go mobile. It's either they innovate or they die with the technology. That's first. Second, by using mobile, I believe business easier to find customers. So easy to capture their interest, their needs on what they want. So they have to go mobile. That's second. Then I would say in terms of we can see from a geolocation aspect. So we have GPS application. So when we have that, actually we allow consumer or user to explore more by using a mobile application. So we can through the GPS we can know which shop to go, which food court to go, to
petrol
get
station, the nearest petrol station.
And another one, I believe by going mobile is one of inexpensive way for marketing. So because everything you just push to your mobile and give your latest offering to the consumer. So that's, I think, helps business by going mobile. It can increase their productivity and also reducing the cost. And of course, if you have ventured into mobile application approach to do your business, I believe it's one of your competitive strategy to stay on business and also to get more profit, get more revenue, so to sustain your business. So that's, I believe, some of the reasons why business are going mobile as well.
Okay, Cik Dhiauddin, we will continue more with the future of mobile application after we take a small break. So stay tuned to iRadio OUM. That was Alif Aziz with Jangan Naga on iRadio OUM, roaming across your mind. Okay, thank you so much for still keeping me and my guest today company in our IT Hour segment. Okay, Cik Dhiauddin, now we are come to our last question for this week episode of IT Hour. Okay, in your point of view, what is the future of mobile application?
Okay. There's a scholar. There was a scholar saying this sentence, these words. The best way to know the future is to create the future. So same goes to mobile. So I think whatever that we are doing today is actually determine the future of mobile apps. So maybe in the future we might see hybrid apps, meaning a combination of native and also web apps. maybe maybe we will see more web apps rather than native apps. It can happen also. And maybe in the future we can see the user interface is improved. I mean for mobile apps, we can see a UI that is more easy to use, simple, maybe like a simple dashboard. You just have an icon and just touch and you get the info you want. And when we talk about mobile app, we also need to talk about the ecosystem, the surrounding environment that supports the mobile apps. Maybe we I think we will see more and more mobile developers, mobile application developers, and also the birth of new companies to serve the demand for mobile application because of its rapid growth. So we need more developers, we need more companies to support so that they can get money from the companies, like Apple giving the commission or payment back to the developers who contribute to their app store. So maybe in terms of business transaction, I would say people are more open to do online banking, for example, on transaction via mobile. Maybe we can see in terms of Malaysia, they will do maybe into transaction just from mobile, not from typical desktop. You have to go to desktop, login, everything will be done mobile. And maybe we just purchase mobile through phones. More activities that we can see. Maybe now we have maybe a small number. Maybe in the future we can see more people tend to do purchasing of goods, services through your mobile, rather than going to the shop or going to typical desktop because of in terms of because you're worried about the security. So that's, I believe, would be a future for mobile application, not just the apps but also the surrounding ecosystem, the surrounding environment.
Maybe in future people don't have to pay the fee for bus ticket.
Maybe
just bring their phone, scan, just
or maybe they can use the phone as your touch and go card or your smart tag. You don't know. Just
it's all can happen in the future.
It's all can happen.
Okay, Encik Dhiauddin, thank you so much for your time. Share with us about mobile application. Okay, next week, Encik Dhiauddin going to share with us on how to break your software. Okay, is now we already come to the end of this week's episode of IT Hour. Okay, till we meet again, I'm Zainab signing off. Have a good day. Till then, bye bye.